and batters are desperately trying to seize their positions. So saying you want to hit and pitch at the same time is disrespectful to those who are already doing both. Shohei At 18 years old, Shohei Ohtani made a decision that angered people across Japan. 2 years later, he just threw the fastest pitch in Japanese history. He just became the first player in Japanese history to have 10 wins and 10 home runs in a season. He just struck out Yasiel Puig, Dustin Morneau, and Evan Longoria in a row, and he's just 20 years old. Yet according to Yu Darvish, Japan's current baseball hero,
本人がメジャーにもし行きたいとかっていうのあった時はこれは男子引っ張ることになると思って、メジャーで行けないじゃないですか。はい。じゃあ無理なので、どっちかで絞って、メジャーとか、はい、日本ハムは絞らなきゃいけないっていうのはちょっと思ってます。はい。そしたらあいつ打者として本当はめちゃくちゃすごいらしいよぐらいの方が、はい。
a two-way player in the way Ohtani is today. The only real comparison is a man named Joe Rogan. He had the most wins, a 2.94 ERA, was the best pitcher in the league, while also being the second best hitter in the league. But since he was black, they never let him play in the majors.
Full bowl of Joe Rogan.
Did it in Korea. He had 10 wins, a 2.88 ERA, while hitting .305 and leading the league in RBIs. After one season, he just focused on hitting and instantly batted .400. 6 times in 10 seasons.
Damn.
He's becoming one of the best hitters in Korean history. Babe Ruth started as a pitcher, and like everybody else, he would hit on days he pitched. He was so good at it, they occasionally let him pinch hit on days he wasn't pitching. And in 1918, they actually let him do both. He was only able to pitch half as many innings as his previous season, but led the league in homers. He told the media, quote, "I can do it this season all right, but I wouldn't guarantee to do it for many more. I don't think a man can pitch in his regular turn and play every other game at some other position and keep that pace year after year." The next season, he became a full-time position player and instantly became the best hitter in baseball history. Since 1918, scoring 100 points in an NBA game is more common than a full-time two-way player. Scoring 6 goals in an NHL game is more common than a two-way player. 4 people have gone over the falls at Niagara Falls and survived, and there has been full-time two-way players in MLB. History had proven that a player with enough talent to hit and pitch professionally could just focus on one and instantly become the best in the league in that role. So to justify being used as a two-way player, you have to produce at an elite level at both hitting and pitching at the same time. As soon as either your hitting or pitching drops below all-star levels of production, being in a two-way role instantly becomes detrimental. Ohtani had to prove that he could not only be a top 10 pitcher in MLB, he had to prove he could be a top 10 hitter in MLB while playing in Japan, a league that scouts view as being slightly above AAA. Ohtani had to essentially be the best hitter in Japan, be the best pitcher
Hello
in
there.
Japan.
It's good to have you. I'm Robert Flores.
And do it
You're
at
in the
21
Weekend
years old.
Classic.
The time was
This
ticking.
is where it
People in
counts.
Japan
It's Cuba going up against Milwaukee. Facing a strong lineup, things don't come easy against a roster this talented. Needs to be sharp with the first pitch and build momentum from there. J.J. Wetherholt leads things off, and here we go from downtown Denver.
Hit just 202 with 5 home runs
And the pitch.
17 RBIs. His lack of
That
offense
makes it 0-2.
was becoming an issue. That offseason, at the Best Battery Award ceremony, Ohtani and his catcher were being
Two-strike foul.
for being the best pitcher-catcher combination in Japan. 2 members of the committee used the ceremony to scold them.
Swung on and lifted the left center. And it gets down for a base hit. Well, you didn't have to wait too long for your first hit.
Ohtani has nothing to protect. He gets married I wonder if his performance will change. He pointed out that his pitching performance declined in the second half. Said Ohtani got 15 wins.
Mike Trout is up now. His go-to order back home, famously specific. 6 small hamburgers, no cheese. 6? And that's a stolen base, not even close. Here comes a pitch.
Saying Ohtani is still
Popped up
just a
right
kid,
side.
and it is up to his manager to make this decision for him. And that quote
Freeman pulls it down.
through MLB, but he will get injured before he can. This was said
Check out
directly
this
to
card,
Ohtani in
just
front of a
casually
crowd full of
strolling
people
to the
who
plate
care
as a
for
red
the
diamond.
achievements of Ohtani. He responded by saying, quote, "As for marriage, I think it would be nice, but right now, there's not much
Judge
need. I
up to
intend
bat
continue
next
being
and
a
lays
two-way
off the
player.
ball.
I'll try my best." Ohtani was used to this type of criticism.
No bite.
Even his choice on what high school he was going to go to was covered when he was 14 years old. 3 years later,
Another offering of the blowtorch.
known after throwing a 100-mile-per-hour pitch in 17.
Went with the slider, but misses. Line drive, and it bounces down in fair territory. Weatherholt headed for the plate. He scores, and they take the lead. Around second now, going for 3. No chance to get him. He's there.
Batting fourth, the first baseman.
Matt Carpenter next to hit, following the go-ahead triple.
Baseball players become celebrities.
Lifts it deep, and this should turn into a run.
That year's other phenom was a
Judge tags up. Now the long throw home. Not in time, he scored.
During his very first at-bat.
Grounder off the pitcher. Safe at first, but let's make sure the pitcher is okay.
The best high school pitcher in Japan.
Babe Ruth deals himself into the box.
A home run of the other top pitcher in Japan. The question became whether his pro team
Gets Wood on
would draft him as a pitcher or position player. Around this time, his brother casually asked why he couldn't just continue doing both
Fights
at
it
the next
foul.
level. He responded that the professional level is filled with players desperately trying to seize their position. Saying you want to hit and pitch is disrespectful.
Changeup, strike 3, inning over. They played 2 runs in the frame. This
is what really made him a household name.
Jacob Mizorowski starts on the mound for the visitors. One of the best pitchers when it comes to tight situations. If things get messy, just remember this arm is built to handle moments most pitchers shy away from. Crow Armstrong in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
Japanese professional baseball.
0-2 the count now.
Ohtani had not made his final decision until 3 hours before the press conference. His parents
Not
and
done
manager
yet.
both tried to convince him to play in Japan instead. The president of the Yorinoki Giants said Ohtani's decision causes, quote, really a sense of
He
crisis.
just made a great player look like a rookie out there. Ellie Dela Cruz with his first trip to the plate today. This is a fun matchup with the pitcher also representing the Spotlight Series.
And play in a different country. However, if they do decline and eventually decide to come back to Japan, they must sit out 3 full seasons.
Line drive, slice the other way, that's a base hit.
He said that Ohtani and others that follow in his footsteps should from now on be forced to sit out 5 seasons. Ohtani was essentially
Braden
telling
Montgomery
teams,
at the dish
"Do not
with a
draft
runner on
me.
first.
I'm going to America no matter what.
Coming in
if
hot.
you draft me, it will be a waste. The Nippon fighters drafted him anyway."
Wow, that was nasty.
It's been Ohtani's decision to go to America. It's been morbid. Since he had been officially drafted,
Swing and a ball popped up. Jordan waiting for it. Brings it in, and 2 away. Digging in, Gary Sanchez.
What?
Visibly shaken after the selection.
Gets a piece of 101. Ellie might try to go here. Not this time.
Ohtani quickly gave a press conference saying that the possibility of him joining the fighters was 0.
Fastball, strike 3, inning over.
To give him a gift of goodwill.
Welcome back. It's a 2-run game. Blaze Jordan leads us off.
Fighters realized that they were in big trouble. This year prior, they had drafted top pitcher Tomoyuki Saganu. After he publicly announced he would only sign with the Giants.
Goes foul.
Go, son. I love you too.
Then tries to negotiate. Saganu declined,
Triple digits, and it's ripped deep.
no first-round draft
It has some carry to it.
Ohtani,
And this one goes off the rocks.
in 2
Out of
seasons.
here. It's gone. That fastball wasn't fooling you. How
convince Ohtani that broke down the history of Asian
comes to
players
the
going
plate after the
America
leadoff
and
home.
struggled. Went into detail on how Ohtani could reach his American goals
Popped
quicker
up left center
by
field.
going and first. It emphasized that
Rollins flies out.
players who went to America directly
Corey
out of
Seager
high school.
facing the starter for the first time. Let's see what kind of feel he has early on. And it's in, base hit.
His odds of success were and showed.
And now the lineup turns over with one away.
Never been done before.
J.J. Weatherholt in the box with a runner on first.
Hoping they would pass it along.
Against that velo, a foul ball is a moral victory. Missions with a runner aboard.
Told them he realized his goals were a long shot and hadn't been done before, but that he
And
wanted
that's
to be
a base hit.
a pioneer. Nothing the team
They get it in
presented
quickly.
seemed to
So
sway
first and second
Ohtani at
now,
all.
one out.
He was now desperate and realized
Mike
Ohtani's
Trout up now with two
motivation was
runners
to do
on
something
base.
that had
Came
never
up
been
empty
done
first time
before.
up, 0 for
They
1.
came up with a
Goes
pitch
with the slider.
that was
His
truly
preferred pitch to
unprecedented.
open
They
and at
drew
bat.
up a plan that would allow Ohtani to both hit
Swings
and
it to
pitch.
ground ball to third.
Experiment
There's
that
one.
go at
Slings
the
it to first.
organization.
And that's all they get.
Do would be able to do something
A big bat and a
unprecedented
bigger
in
heart.
Japan and
Here's
still
Aaron
allow
Judge.
him to go to America later and achieve his original goal.
Ball
This
out of the zone.
crossed Ohtani's mind. It was something the team wasn't even willing to do when he tried. And only offered it because it was
Line
a
drive,
last-ditch
and that's a
effort to
base
save
hit into
them
left.
the embarrassment
Weatherholt
of
doesn't
wasting
stop,
two
heads for home.
first-round draft
He beats it,
picks
save.
in a row. Baseball fans in Japan were glued to these negotiations.
Putting on a clinic at the plate today. Your lead is growing fast. Carpenter stands in with two away as he takes the ball.
In the next meeting,
Smashes one deep.
Family's golden retriever.
And that's down in the corner.
If he went to
Trout
America.
scores.
It was even reported that the
And he'll
manager
pull into second with two
underwear
gone.
in hopes he could sway Ohtani. The day after the team informed Ohtani of the two-way
Munetaka
plan,
Murakami comes to the plate following the RBI double.
For Ohtani, it changed
Swing
everything.
and a miss.
According to someone
He was
in the
late.
meeting, as soon as he heard the words two-way player, his entire demeanor changed.
0-2
And a few days
count.
later, Shohei Ohtani made his decision.
Change
Oh,
up. Strike three. Inning over. They leave. Welcome back. It's sunny here in Denver, and you can't ask for a better day for some Diamond Dynasty baseball. Freddie Freeman is the leadoff hitter this inning. Rolls 1-0. Jordan collects it, gets it to first, and one gone. Here's Cody Bellinger at the plate. Crushes one deep.
Without playing a single game, this fiasco
Going
made
all out,
Ohtani one of the
and that
most
drops
loved
foul.
players in Japan and one of the most beloved.
Hammers one deep. Running out of room.
He was already a spectacle.
Catches it right at the wall.
In spring training said, quote, Ohtani has the greatest
Corey
swing
Seager,
ability
freshly dealt to the
in
plate.
professional baseball history. According to this sport, he was already
Line
the main
drive.
attraction for all MVP
Base
during
hit.
his first spring training. Way he was getting more
And that
attention
extends
than
the inning.
Japanese national team who was playing in the World Baseball Classic at the time. The former MVP star and manager said he hadn't seen a player get this much attention in
Headley
30 or
at the
40
plate with
years.
two away,
The
swings through
restaurant
out.
named a dish after him, calling it Ohtani Boring. The team offered nearly
Ripped on the ground to short. Seager fires over to first. That's the inning. We've played two. Hang tight. More Diamond Dynasty baseball.
The team is owned by Nippon Ham.
Welcome back. It's a 5-run game. Babe Ruth hits leadoff this spring. 0 for 1, looking to change that here. First pitch is a strike, and that's been the norm today.
That came with two sausages, one representing his hitting ability and the other
Hits it hard to
representing
second.
his pitching ability. Just 2 weeks
Ruth
after
out at
graduation,
first.
he was facing major
Blaze
leaguers.
Jordan prepares to swing as a parallel 5 card. Now, I know you put a lot of work into this card, so let's see it pay off.
Many within Japanese baseball were already calling his failure. Matsui Nomura,
On the
one of
ground,
greatest
hits to
Japanese
Ellie.
players
A
in
base
history.
hit.
Winning 5 MVPs and 2 championships, he managed for
That'll
2 more
play.
decades.
That'll
and
play.
won 3 more
Nice swing.
championships. When Ohtani
A player from the
decided to
live
skip
series
MVPs
strolls
go
to the plate.
America,
Kyle
he
Rollins,
stole
0 for 1 on the
saying,
day.
quote, "That
In the air,
makes
headed to
me
center. Crow Armstrong with an easy look. Fakes the catch. 2 away.
Ohtani decided to stay in Japan and become a two-way player. His criticism
Seager now. He won a ring in 2020 with the Dodgers, then another in 23 with Texas. I wonder where he keeps those things. 3rd out, and the inning is over. Mizurowski wraps it up.
He knows Ohtani wants to play Major League Baseball.
Nasim Nunez, the leadoff hitter, steps into the box, down by 5.
Major League Baseball is.
Swings and sent out a rocket. Going back, but running out of room. Gone. Home run. Not wasting any time settling into the at-bat. Instead, takes a healthy cut on the first pitch and sends it out. Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate now, and that's strike 1.
3 times. 27-year-old bullpen catcher on the team described catching the 18-year-old.
Someone get him a compass.
Terrifying. Yet at his home debut, he went 0 for 3.
Extends the at-bat.
Said Ohtani was starting exhibition games, but not producing results. Said Ohtani was constantly being shuffled around throughout training.
Hit hard to center.
Competing for regular
1 away here in the inning. That brings up Elly De La Cruz to the plate.
Organization are openly expressing their dissatisfaction with the two-way experiment.
Well struck to first, and he handles it himself for the out. Braden Montgomery, the next card off the deck.
The first high school rookie starting the major leagues in 54 years.
That was filthy.
By storm. His first game, he batted 8th and played right field. In his second at-bat,
ripped on a line. This one looks like trouble. He turns for second. And that's a 2-out double.
His first hit and first RBI in his very first game.
Gary Sanchez ready to swing it with a runner on second. Struck out against a fastball in his previous at-bat. Got him swinging in air.
In between games, to make minor league starts as a pitcher.
Fires another heater.
Starts got so much attention, it had to be moved to a Major League Stadium because that many people
still alive at the plate.
By May, the team thought he was ready. His first Major League start, he started his first inning.
And there's a hit. Montgomery around third.
And retired the side.
Head first slide, and he's safe at the plate. It's 5-2. Freddie Freeman next to hit after the RBI single. Hit on the ground up the middle. Oh, great stop. And he gets him. Nicely done. What a way to cap off the
selected as an all-star. He pitched
back here in a 3-run game. J.J. Weatherford ready to roll.
Just 19 years old. Ohtani had already made history
and fouls it
times, and he was barely out of high school. He was a fan favorite, but when it was all said and done, he ended the season
it's
just a 661 OPS and an ERA of 4.23. Ohtani's final numbers in hitting and pitching were close to the bottom of the league. Traditionalists in Japan.
Swing and a drive, and things are really going your way. You have a red diamond card on your team. You hit homer. You have the league just living the dream out here. You handled that fastball perfectly.
Shame on you. Ohtani's lack of production is on balance.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into left. You did the work with that swing and earned the reward.
Was not the only problem.
Aaron Judge
had been more productive. People questioned the effect this would have on his teammates. Nomura said, quote, "It's a team sport. It's not fun for the other pitchers
with a runner on first.
This loves team's army." Nothing over saw what public against Ohtani, saying that no other
swings and misses at a breaking ball off the plate.
You can imagine how many victims there are. No player is cheering for
swing
Ohtani,
and a miss. Got him to chase.
There is. They're idiot.
And there goes Trout. Another chance.
He pitch every 6 days. Ohtani's team was giving him 7 or 8 days rest.
Runner on the move again. In the air to right center. Bursting into the out. It falls in. That's a hit. Battled back and found the hole. Wasn't easy, but you managed to get it done. Matt Carpenter at the dish with runners at the corner. Starts the at-bat with a ball.
2 entire days off after each start. The team was worried about overusing him.
Swung on and belted. Just watch it go. Coors Field can't contain it. It's gone for a home run. And that makes it 3 home runs in the game for this squad. Munetaka Murakami up now with the bases empty thanks to the 3-run homer.
In the All-Star game, the very first pitch of the game.
Throw to first. Murakami grounds out. And now, Babe Ruth.
Shohei Ohtani tied the record for the fastest pitch in Japanese history at the All-Star game. That year,
Base
he
hit.
became the first player in Japanese
The card
history
loves you
and
just
the third
as much as
professional
you love
player
the card.
in the history of the world to hit 10 home runs and win 10 games in the same season.
Blaze Jordan in the box with a runner on first.
At 20 years old, they made him the Game 1 starter. Thought he was wild.
0-1 the count.
Another run scored on a hit by pitch. He won 3 and hit 2, but only allowed 3. He pitched 6
Hit on the
innings
ground to the
and
left
became
side.
the youngest pitcher
Headley.
in Japanese history.
Just
to win a
second,
playoff
pulls him off the bag.
Next day, however, Shohei Ohtani.
Hal Rollins up now with 2 runners on base.
His manager made it clear they were protecting him. Even though these were the biggest games of the
First
season,
pitch misses the
Ohtani's
plate.
health was a priority, and they were willing to push him past his limits. The French advanced.
Not a
Now
strike.
it's just one win from going to the championship. However, Ohtani, the best pitcher,
Smacks
was not
one deep.
available to pitch. Typically, he'd be used in game 1 or 2.
It bangs
allowing
off the
him to get
wall.
enough rest for potential game 6 or 7.
Pulls into
However,
second.
Ohtani's manager
That's an
was unsure
RBI double.
he was being produced. He aced in game 1. He aced
Corey
in game
Seager
2.
comes to
He
bat
aced
here in the
game
fourth.
3, but knowing Ohtani was going to pitch in game 5,
And there's
made
a
him
foul.
sit on the bench in game 4. The Fighters lost, but are now just 1 loss away from elimination.
Ripped to right.
Shohei Ohtani got the start.
Jordan tags for home. Throw to the plate. Safe. He beats the tag. It's now 11-3. J.J. Weatherford steps up with a chance to score the runner from second.
61 of his next 81
Must have
pitches.
been an oatmeal cookie. I avoid those tricks.
He ended up striking out 12 batters for going 7 innings.
Attacks the heater.
Back-to-back.
Bellinger with no quit.
They forced
Makes
that
the play,
first
and that's out number 3. They strand the runner at...
win forced a final.
Welcome back to Coors Field. Jacob Mizorowski preparing for his 4th inning on the hill. Rolled over, should be easy work. Seager fires over to first. 1 gone now. Next to hit, Corey Seager.
I know you're a good boy, and you're so incredibly cute.
Seager waits.
There are future considerations.
Fast and furious.
Of this trade on his spot. The biggest game of the season, Japan's biggest star.
Hit hard, and that gets through.
He thought Am only managed to score 1 run. They lost the game.
Tough pill to swallow after jumping ahead in the count.
Best pitcher, arguably their best hitter.
Next to the plate, Chase Headley grounded out his first time up, hoping to do a little more damage this time around. Got him chasing butterflies without a net.
In preparation, you pitch. At 20, he had the second lowest ERA in the league, the second most strikeouts in the league, and the second most wins in the league. However, this restriction
strikes him out with 103.
100 innings at the plate.
Now at the plate, Nasim Nunez.
Second best slugging percentage in the Pacific League. However, he was not on the
Foul ball.
because fifth long, only hitting in 52 games. Ohtani's season
that was saucy.
Yet between the best hitters and pitchers in Japan, with the limitations
drilled to right center field. Judge booking it. That one hop to the wall. Seager coming home. The relay throw. And he scores easily. And they're chipping away. Heat Crow Armstrong ready to swing it, but a runner on second. Swings and lifts one to left. Root camping under it. Brings it in. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. They strand a runner in scoring position. And now it's an 8-run game.
Due to the rest restrictions and shuffling that
Mike Trout.
required him to do both. Reuters wrote a feature on Ohtani that offseason saying, quote, he may have to give up one of his weapons.
Gets us going this inning.
Making it in Major League Baseball. And two records Alex said Ohtani would never make it to the majors as a two-way player. It becomes Japan's biggest athletes. However, he still chose to stay in the team dorm. Typically for rookies, it is a facility with small bedrooms.
Well struck to the shortstop. Fires to first. There's out number 1, and now we'll see Aaron Judge stepping onto the stage.
Develop his inner strength and resist temptation. Living with the team's rookies and minor leaguers.
Count is 0-1.
No rent, no bills, and no food costs. Ohtani's higher salary went to his mother. She would give him a monthly allowance. He was arguably the most famous athlete in Japan and was getting an allowance of $1,000 a month. Ohtani's sole focus was achieving his two-way goal.
Rolls it over. Nunez handles the chance. Two gone here.
He immediately starts weightlifting.
Matt Carpenter is now at the plate. Stays with it. Foul.
His teammates were called when the team had a flight home after a game. Landed late at night. When they got back to the door,
Headley under this one. Brings it in for the third out. The bench warmer. Don't cough up any runs. Welcome back. 8 runs separating these two teams at the moment. Elly De La Cruz leads off with his team playing from behind. Swings and drills one. Root not holding back. An automatic double as it hops the wall. Free pass coming with nobody out and the runner at second. Looks like they're aiming for the double play. Gary Sanchez shuffles to the plate for his next at bat. Goes with the fastball. We've seen more often than not. This is smacked left field line. And that's a foul ball. Here comes the 0-2. Got him swinging. Freddie Freeman's due up. That's ripped to right down the line, but that's a foul ball. The 0-1. In the air, out to right center. Judge making his way towards it. De La Cruz tagging up. And up to third safely with 2 gone. Cody Bellinger up now. Smash down the left field line. Keeps it fair. Elly is home. Montgomery rounds third, headed for the plate. Second run scores, and they get one back. Corey Seager at the plate following the 2 RBI double. 104 miles per hour, and it's a foul ball. The 0-1 now. Line drive, slice the other way. That's the base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. So up next to the dish, Chase Headley. Struck out last time. It was the fastball that got him. The bench warmer, playing from behind here in Weekend Classic. Starts with a pair of sliders.
Only in the 2016, the franchise even sent the entire team to Arizona and did 2 entire weeks of spring training in Arizona just to give Ohtani more exposure to American scouts. It's referred to as the Shohei Ohtani Showcase.
This one in the dirt, and well done to keep it close. Throw is in time, and it's a 2-3 strikeout to end the inning. Back here in a 6-run game, Munetaka Murakami leads off with a nice lead in the game. Spit on that one.
Say, if Ohtani makes the jump to MLB, he would almost certainly have to give up being a two-way player.
In the air to left.
His own franchise was now doubting his two-way
Lands near the line. Fair ball. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Babe Ruth steps in, showcasing his Parallel 4 membership. 0-1 to start.
He felt that his career was being sacrificed for Ohtani's two-way dream.
Not tardy.
When asked about going to MLB, Ohtani told the reporter, quote, "I don't think I'll be able to go at this stage. My skills are
on the ground to second.
I just have
the underhand flip. There's
one.
That's all they'll get.
Blaze
Jordan strolls to the dish to square off against a member of the Tops Now series.
He would need to play more and rest less. Fair, he ate 7 to 8 meals a day and gained 20 pounds. So when he returned to camp,
goes back to the slider.
He scolded by his manager. He had a decent spring as a hitter. However, his manager told the media,
on the ground, left side, 6, 4, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning. We head to.
If he keeps going like that,
we're glad you're with us here at Coors Field. Jacob Mizorowski takes them out here at the 6th, and one reason why he's still in the game, the low pitch count. Nunez leading things off and takes the first pitch for a strike. Fouled away.
As well, and the clock was ticking. Ohtani knew that the only way any team in MLB let him try a two-way role.
Keeps swinging with 2 strikes.
He could also be one of Japan's best hitters, while continuing being one of Japan's best pitchers. Do it without significant rest that disrupted the team.
Ouch! That one drilled him.
And do it
And the throw is still in time. So even with his speed, they get the out. Pete Crow Armstrong up next to the dish. 1-0-2, and it's a foul ball. The pitch.
21 years old. And
Rolls it over, should be easy.
exactly what he did.
Crow Armstrong retired at first.
Game at the plate, he hit a
Ellie De La Cruz steps in now.
He hit another homer. Ohtani had just 5 home runs and 17 RBIs the year before. He was nearly halfway to those numbers in the first 2 games of the season. For the first time in his career, the Fighters allowed Ohtani to pitch.
What?
2 days. He allowed 1 run over 6 innings.
Oh my God, yes.
At 102, fouling it off is
Without a single win on the mound. That streak ended with a 9-inning, 138-pitch complete game. That week, he hit another homer. The day after that, he hit another homer.
That's
minor victory.
Hey, she could be nice at least.
Gloves it. That was awesome. We only saw 8 pitches in the inning. We're flying.
It was average.
Cal Raleigh, ready to go.
Let's do a good job as a pitcher. Ohtani took his manager's criticism in stride, and on the next day,
swung on and lifted to right center. Cutting to the alley. Raleigh retired.
He hit 4 home runs in 4 games. He had gone from the worst years in Japan being in the 3-hole, but after this game, his manager said, quote, "This is no time to
Seager
celebrate.
swings through it for strike
no time
1.
to be happy. He should be able to hit better than this." In his very next game at the plate,
goes back to the slider, and it's 0-2.
just hit 5 home
Bites
runs in
off
5
the
games.
2-strike
Best
chain.
Entire prior year's home run mark in 5 games. He's batting .330 at 41% more RBIs than his entire previous season and just 18 games at the plate.
Crow Armstrong on a dead run.
Japanese history.
Squeezes it. Now 2 away.
But during this stretch, his manager said, "Quote, how do you put this to good use on the mound?"
J.J. Weatherford comes up here in the 7th.
I want you to use this to your advantage next time. Ohtani's ERA had ballooned at 3.34. Best stretch of
Late
offense
swing,
coincided
foul ball.
with his worst stretch of pitching, and his manager made it clear this wasn't acceptable. After pitching 6 innings and giving up
Slices
just
it
1
foul.
run, his manager said, quote, he wasn't in good condition. In his next start, he got 0 run support and his team lost. Ohtani pitched 8 complete innings and gave up just 1 run. His manager
In
said,
the air,
quote,
out to center.
his job is to win.
Crow Armstrong sets underneath it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. It's stretch time from Coors Field. We'll be right back.
But afterwards, his manager said, quote, it was
Braden
a
Montgomery
pathetic
leads things off and down by
performance.
6.
Despite Ohtani's insane offensive numbers,
Rolls it
Curry
over.
held
Should be routine.
unless
He
was
steps
able
to the bag, and
maintain
that's the first
his
out of the
pitching
inning.
numbers as well.
Here's Gary Sanchez.
Ohtani eventually had to prove he could do both at once, and he decided it was
Misses
that
the plate with the fastball.
Deciding to lift within field restriction. And for the first time since his rookie season, allowed him to hit and pitch in the same game. And it captured the attention of Japan.
Direct
he got
deposit.
a hit in the 5th, a hit in the 6th, and an RBI double in the 7th, going 3 for 5
Got him.
with an RBI.
And that's strikeout number
while
6.
allowing Just 1 run over 7 innings.
Here's Freddie
Ohtani
Freeman
was
at the dish now.
Officially a 2-way player. In the month of May, he hit every single game he played. He had 6 home runs.
What?
To first on the run. Out number 3. The mission.
Oh, well, what's it
Wrap up
at?
the
He
inning
had the best statistics in the league. And then
Back here in
Oh,
Denver.
it should be fine.
the best pitcher in the world. Ohtani began June going
Hey, he quit. Let's go.
in Japanese history, breaking his own record at 102 miles per hour. Then he pitched a complete game while raising his batting average to 359. The fighters began selling T-shirts commemorating Ohtani's 102 mile per hour.
You need to open any packs, P?
Tied the record 5 times in 1 game, throwing 7
I got
more
15 to open.
innings. In his next game, he went 1 for 2 with an RBI. He scored a run and drove in a run, then shut down the opposing team for 8 innings. Ohtani, by himself, out-hit and outscored the opposing team by himself while striking out 12 batters. On his last start of the month, he threw 7 more shutout innings, striking out 11 more batters. Ohtani didn't lose a single start in June. He led the league in ERA and strikeouts, got 4 wins, won the league's June MVP award with a .29 ERA, and only gave up 1 run the entire month. Halfway through the month, Ohtani had the best average in the Pacific League while having the 3rd best ERA in the league. Yet his team was in bad shape. The top two was the SoftBank Hawks, their arch rivals and defending champions. They came into the year heavily favored to win the league. Nearly halfway through the season, Thunder had fallen 11.5 games back. Manager Kuriyama felt the season slipping. Going into a series against SoftBank, down double-digit games, he determined that anything less than a sweep would end their hopes of a championship. So he decided to do something unprecedented that would galvanize the team. He would not only start Shohei, he would bat Shohei and have him bat leadoff. For the very first time in Japanese history, a pitcher batted leadoff. This was front-page news in Japan. The entire baseball world turned in to see Ohtani break another barrier. And on the very first pitch of the game, Ohtani became the first pitcher of baseball history to hit a leadoff home run.
Ty can stop. Ty.
Seconds to round the
Enough,
bases
son.
to conserve as much energy as possible. He then took the mound, pitched 8 innings, struck out 10 batters, and allowed 0 runs. Ohtani essentially ended the game by himself in the very first pitch of the game. Afterwards, his manager said, quote, "Just for today, I'll praise him. I thought this was the only way to win. I think he did a great job." This completed a sweep for the SoftBank Hawks and helped contribute to what soon became a 15-game win streak for the Fighters. Ohtani had won 7 starts in a row and got 4 starts in an entire calendar month without giving up a single run. He was the top player in Japan and now world famous. In a survey of high school teams, Shohei beat out Japanese Ichiro Satoshi, still playing in MLB at the time, for the most popular player in Japan. In July, he received 300,000 All-Star fan votes, hitting every other player handedly. Ohtani was not only selected as a pitcher, he was selected as the starting pitcher and was also in the lineup as a DH. The starting pitcher at the All-Star game was also going to be the starting DH at the All-Star game. We're also competing at the home run difference.
You're fine. We're gonna go to bed here soon. You can stop rubbing against me. I love you too.
The day before the All-Star game. Ohtani won the home run derby. The best starting pitcher in Japan was also the best home run hitter in Japan. A feat so amazing, even American media began discussing it. Afterwards, Ohtani's own manager said he wasn't impressed, and that even though Ohtani hit more home runs, his opponent actually performed better, saying, quote, "Yamada was better, consistently hitting the sweet spot of the bat more often." Ohtani won 500,000 yen, and afterwards, he immediately donated the money to his own teammates and the man who threw him the pitches in the Derby. Later that weekend, Ohtani started in the All-Star game. The league's main attraction, he came to the plate and got a massive reaction. The broadcast was in the middle of comparing it to Babe Ruth, but on the very first pitch he saw,
Chaos enough. Go. I love you too, but we're done butt scratching for now.
Ohtani hit a home run, and in the 7th, he gets another hit. And in the 8th, with runners on first and second and 2 outs, the Pacific League is down 1. Ohtani comes to the plate and drives in the game-tying run. Ohtani was selected as the clear MVP, ending the first half of the season, leading the league in OPS and slugging. Went an entire month without giving up a single run at the third lowest ERA in the league and became the first two-way pitcher in Pacific League history. Became the first player in professional baseball history to hit a leadoff home run. Was June Player of the Month. Was an All-Star pitcher, an All-Star DH. Won the Home Run Derby. Won the All-Star Game MVP at just 22 years old. Ohtani had emerged as the top player in Japan, the most popular player in Japan, arguably the biggest athlete in Japan. But after his historic weekend, when asked about Ohtani's All-Star MVP, his manager told the media, quote, "That's normal, isn't it? He can do so much more." Manager Kuriyama's constant criticism was meant to push Ohtani. He needed the two-way experiment to work almost as much as Ohtani himself. It was him who helped come up with the idea. For 3 seasons, he had been attacked for the decision, and when people within their own organization pushed to have Ohtani quit hitting, it was him who defended the two-way role. If the experiment failed or Ohtani got hurt attempting it, he was going to be the one blamed, and many already were. When Ohtani was moved into the leadoff spot, former MPB player and commentator Iso Haramoto publicly bashed Kuriyama. Quote, "I don't want to see him used in such a haphazard way. He needs to be treated with more care. There's a chance that both of his abilities will fail." And that was a genuine concern. Despite being chosen, Ohtani didn't pitch in the All-Star game. He was injured with a blister. Typically, this would cause a pitcher to miss a start, maybe two. Ohtani didn't make another start for 2 months. The blister healed, but Ohtani was all of a sudden the team's best hitter. He had 400 with a 1200 OPS in July. In August, he batted 300 with 7 home runs. He even stole 5 bases that month. And by the end of August, he had the highest OPS in the league. Even with less restrictions, Ohtani was being rested the day before and after he pitched. By pitching Ohtani, they'd be taking the best hitter in the league out of the lineup 2 nights a week. But at the same time, by allowing him to hit, they were taking the best pitcher in the league out of the rotation once a week. But with less than 1 month to play, the Fighters still trailed the Hawks. Time was running out, and the team had no choice. In his first appearance back, he tied the record with the fastest pitch thrown in Japanese history. In his next appearance, he broke that record, throwing a fastball 102 miles per hour. Ohtani is only allowed to go 5 innings, but the Fighters win. At one point, they were 11.5 games back, but after Ohtani hits this go-ahead sacrifice fly, they are now just 1 game back of taking first place. The Fighters were trailing the Hawks, and they were scheduled to play the Hawks in a 2-game series with just 10 days left in the season. The loss would put them 2 games back with just 8 games left to play. The entire season essentially came down to this series. For the first time in 3 months, Ohtani made a start with no restrictions. Ohtani struck out 9 batters, went 8 complete innings, and gave up just 1 run. He also got a hit. The win tied the Fighters at first, and the next day, for the first time in his career, Ohtani played the
Chaos.
he pitched. With 0 rest, he knocked 2 more hits. The Fighters won again. After being 11.5 games back, they were now in sole possession of first with 7 more games left to play. A few days later, Ohtani was back in the lineup. He knocked 3 more hits, including a game-tying RBI. Scored on a wild pitch in the 11th, winning the Fighters another game. The next day, another RBI from Ohtani made the difference, and they squeaked.
What if every moment was an opportunity to reward your conviction before the whistle, before the game ends? No hoops. Live trade the moment on the Holly Market.
expected for the Bengals.
Sure, your team lost, but you can still get the win when you bet $10 on Bet365 and get $150 in bonus bets. Bet365, winning is everything.
Another one-run